Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Dual Destiny, where after getting the first testimony of Fulbright in regards to him being the possible Phantom, he is now claimed that he was told what to do by the real Phantom, the real spy with his family, held hostage. However, how true that is, we do not know. After all, he swung from being completely anti-Athena to now just being like protect himself, where he could have just said this earlier and not try to send what would be, in this new scenario, an innocent woman to her death. Is he one for injustice or justice? We're going to continue to find out as he says, "Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom." But were we really foolish? What's that face about? We haven't seen that before. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackquill. You believe me, right? I haven't seen that face. I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackquill? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Evidence is everything. Right, Dono? And you must admit there's no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. Yes. As I recall, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But... I've known Fulbright here for a year now. And all this time, he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. Prosecutor Blackquill! This fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me. He actually became quite a nuisance, really. Oh, Prosecutor Blackquill, you believe me! Please tell me Prosecutor Blackquill hasn't really been taken in by this big phony. However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy, and don't you ever betray me again. Have you got that? Yes! Thank you! Oh, thank you! Such a bond of trust is a rare and beautiful thing. In any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now hand down a not guilty verdict with confidence. Ha 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 ha! Ah, very good! I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up, and Miss Cykes will go free as well. Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know, but... what do I do? I don't have any proof that Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Is this it? Is he going to get away just like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, my next investigation awaits! And with that, I'm off! This better be who I think it is, because I've been waiting for this for a while. It's not! Where's Edgeworth with more evidence? A defense. No, wait. Not the defense. The defendant feels it's not time for a verdict yet and would like to see this trial continue. What? But I was just about to declare you innocent of all charges. It just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Hey, Apollo, think you could scooch over? Athena, what are you doing? Hope we don't get held in contempt of court. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you are no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful to Prosecutor Blackquill for what he's done for you? Of course I am! And I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart! Athena, where are you going with these questions? I've yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What? Does that mean... We may not have any evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it! With your special ability, we just might be able to stop him. Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations.
Yes, well, even before this I thought he was a rather odd fellow.
If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him?
Prosecutor Blackquill! Can you believe the nonsense the defense is spouting? Fulbright, I think you'd better have that counseling. Not you too! You've been making batty remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator and your family has been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it. But I thought you believed me! Silence! Oh, how you amuse me so!
What's going on here? That was an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon.
I knew you would catch on, Athena.
Huh? Mind filling me in here? Haha, guess we left you in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I'd notice if there was a lack of emotions like joy or relief in his response. So he gave me the chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart. What? You two were working together just now?
Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart.
You got it. Time to check the instant replay. Widget, mon ami, let's do this. Hey, every new defense lawyer has to have a prosecutor that compliments them. Is this the birth of Athena and Simon, the ultimate new court duo?
Thank you for believing me, Prosecutor Blackquill. Let's get to this testimony, shall we? No emotion. I am an undercover investigator, but the Phantom was coercing me. That should be like anger. He stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Cykes 7 years ago. Again, more anger or more emotions, please. I'm a bad person for cooperating with such a man. But he took my family hostage. What else could I do? Even with all this over-the-top expressions and gestures, he's registering no emotion at all?
It's just like I thought. I'm right in line with the Phantom's psych profile.
Oh, face again.
Detective Fulbright, this lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Hey, what's going on?
What is going on with his glasses? He's got special code glasses and a spy watch too. It just makes you look more spy-like, you do. Moron! Wait, hold it. What do you think you're doing, detective? Me? I'm not doing anything.
He's trying to hack into the Moon Matrix program. I can't do anything with it like this.
Nah! Fancy device you have there, but I'll tolerate no cheating, thank you. Ha ha ha! Sorry about that! As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking. More like, as a spy. Thanks, Prosecutor Blackquill.
There. Now that you can't hack me anymore, I dare you to try hide your lack of emotions from us.
Lack of emotion? What are you talking about? Of course I have feelings. Oh, as a matter of fact, you've wounded me very deeply with that accusation.
What's going on? All of a sudden, I'm getting an overwhelmingly happy reading.
Huh? But he's literally crying as a river over there. Oops, my mistake. How about this? Ah!
Yikes, now he's angry all of a sudden?
What's he trying to pull? Like as not, it would appear our friend is not completely without emotion. It's just as it says in Dr. Cykes' profile of the Phantom. The subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation.
Oh, I get it. So he has some emotions, right?
Precisely. Which leads me to wonder why you can't sense any emotions from it at all. I believe it's most likely because he is controlling his emotions. Very good, Prosecutor Blackquill. You are correct. It's a result of my daily training. A very important skill for us undercover investigators who know.
More like for us spies. Seriously. But I wonder why he suddenly showed several strong emotions. Wait a minute. I think I know. I sense there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, detective.
Ha ha ha! Feeling I'm trying to hide? That's a good one. You're the ones who have been saying I'm the Phantom because I don't have any emotions. I was just trying to show you the range of deep emotions I truly possess.
And you have no objections to me analyzing you, right?
No. Analyze away. But I will state it again. I am not the Phantom. And be forewarned that your analysis will have no effect. Because you're about to see what an undercover agent can really do. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
So the emotions are just swapping and hopping? And at different degrees and variances.
Me, the Phantom? No way! Oh, I'm so sad! See, I told you I have emotions!
Okay, they're all hopping about except sadness.
How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock?
But we expected sadness on the other page. Okay, sadness is staying... Again. Everything else is fluctuating. Happiness stays weird pulsy, but then it does go away.
I do regret cooperating with the Phantom. Of course!
Okay. Everything's fluctuating again now. Surprise stays for a long time here, but it goes away too.
But I'm so glad this whole misunderstanding is cleared up now.
Alright, we got happiness staying. Nope, happiness goes as well. Right, so what am I looking through in this garbled, jumbled mess of doom and death? Well, statement 2 and statement 3. Oh wait, the sadness does go on this one. It just stays... So, okay, I thought it stayed there. Which would make sense, actually, because, you know, he is trying to project sadness. So that's why it's holding on for a long time, but he can't hold it? Right, so, from looking over the 5 statements...
How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock?
This statement here... has sadness that stays. Now, we need to make sure it stays, because this looked like it stayed originally, but whenever I click on it, it seems to go away fairly soon after. So am I supposed to be looking for a genuine emotion versus everything else? Or everything else is fluctuating in every other panel apart from the sadness in this panel. That is the only inconsistency with all the emotions that we're getting. That's the only thing we can look for is what wasn't happening over what is, because if we get overwhelmed by the amount of stimuli that's happening all around the screen, we'll miss the important point. So this is what we need to pinpoint. I'd assume. This is the clear contradiction out of every other statement that's played. Everything else just flashes on and off in different patterns. The sadness stays, no matter what here. So this time it's more like testimony. We're searching for a contradiction. Unexpected emotion is just the actual tinge of sadness. I found it. I found the one emotion you're truly feeling.
What?
Hidden in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt a fear that wouldn't fade. That's what the sadness was it?
Fear, huh? A fear that a man with hardly any emotion feels, huh?
And it was a response to that moon rock. Detective Fulbright, I presume you feel fear considering the moon rock because your identity will be revealed, you lost it, or you failed to steal it. I'm assuming it's because his identity will be revealed over it. Failed to steal it seems to be true too. You lost it. Oh, I don't actually know what to go with on this one. I mean, the obvious thing is your identity will be revealed through it. But somehow I actually think it's he failed to steal it. I mean, the logical line of text is about the identity being revealed. Well, if I'm going to take a penalty, hopefully it won't be a bad one. Of course. That's it. Your identity will be revealed.
Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity.
I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. There's a fear, not sadness of course, for his own life. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you would feel afraid. You were afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity.
If his identity were revealed, he would be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid.
Me? Afraid?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So there really is something about the moon rock that would reveal his identity. Apparently so. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much steal the moon rock, but more like he had to take it with him. Because there was something on it that would reveal his true identity.
Oh?
What? Where do you think you're going? Me? I'm not going anywhere. Is it just me, or was he going to use that weird watch thing to try to get away? How many more of those toys does he have? And where can I get myself some? Detective Fulbright, you will answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection with the moon rock? In justice, we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Ah! And what was that just now? He's got razor wire in his watch too? But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Sometimes analysing a case from a psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. Ah! What's on that? Like a yo-yo of doom? It's all just a waste of time. All your efforts and analysis serve no purpose. And now, in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era when evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect feelings to be accepted as proof? And where exactly is your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway? Well, I admit, I don't have any conventional proof, but I still say that examining a person's heart has its merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully with those special ears of yours? Listen to the voices of the hearts of the people in the gallery. All I hear is distrust.
As you can see, the people are on my side. Because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine.
But it's not like I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people.
Uh-oh, he's got Athena doubting herself. Miss Cykes' analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom. It has freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key in getting to the truth. What nonsense! Your Honor, the defense's claim is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rock. I see. Very well, I will give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel that a person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is.
But Your Honor...
There, you see, nobody believes you and your trumped-up charges. However, I do believe Miss Cykes' analysis can contribute to making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely you jest.
So does this mean you will accept my findings in this trial, Your Honor?
Yes, I believe your claim, Miss Cykes. I think there is merit in examining why the witness feels fear in regard to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter.
Then that's a win for me. No, a win for analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell this court the reason for your fear.
Analytical psychology? My fears? Fine. I'll show you precisely why these abstract things can be considered evidence. He sounds like he's breaking, to be honest.
That's a laugh. Does he really find this that funny?
I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all. So the very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice. And there you have it. Now do you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock? Sure. You sound convincing enough. But so does any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. Countered? The Phantom is like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My soul alone cannot cut it. Right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fellow to the other world together. You and I, Prosecutor Blackquill. We have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the courts. Indeed. By covering for Athena, I allowed the Phantom to escape. And as a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust with my murder conviction. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. The two of us and the Phantom were there at the beginning of the dark age of the law. And it is also our burden to cut away the foul spectre we created, is it not? Until all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people. Trust. Understanding. Ha! Fragile ideals of the masses who are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing. Objection! Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies, always. My fear of the moon rock. What are we even going at here? I felt fear when I thought about the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom.
Hold it!
It only reminded you of the Phantom? Don't make me laugh. You are the Phantom. Conjecture. Evidence is everything in a court of law. Or did you forget? I was forced to testify over a silly thing like feelings. But those tactics won't work from here on out. You need real evidence. I hate to admit it, but he's right. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage.
Hold it!
Your family? Like, who in your family specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example. What? For example? Maybe? We need a more concrete answer than that. Ha ha ha! Maybe my mother, my son, or my daughter. Maybe it was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. Ha ha ha! He's obviously lying. Look how upset I am. Is it any wonder I have followed the Phantom's orders? What? I don't have any evidence pertaining to his family, though. What reason would the Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? None at all!
Hold it!
You can't think of a single reason that the Phantom might be afraid of the rock. I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How can someone like me with my wealth of emotions be expected to understand the guy? The Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big. Like his cover getting blown big. I'm willing to bet that the moon rock has something to do with his identity, but what? Maybe the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock. The fingerprints can be wiped off. Then maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drawed on it and left his DNA. We're dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a slob. True. But maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh? Something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago. He got cut. He got stabbed. He's blood on the moon rock. I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of the moon rock. I'll just continue with my testimony while you're pondering then, if you don't mind. No, that's our statement. So the very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. No, the very fact that you're afraid of the moon rock means you are him. Because there's evidence on the moon rock is why it had to be taken, because the murder weapon in this case, the utility knife, was also used, well, way back. Another one, maybe. I don't know. To stab the Phantom's hand during the incident 7 years ago. There was blood on the moon rock. He took it to destroy evidence. That's what happened.
Objection!
Detective Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. Of course! That's the knife the Phantom used to kill Clay Terran. That's right. And the exact same type of knife Miss Cykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. He dodged at first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again! And this time you got him, didn't you? I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Take your glove off. Maybe left a scar. Miss Cykes then stated that she remembers the culprit bleeding. It's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the moon rock. And he was afraid that if the blood was analysed, his true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the moon rock from the crime scene. You mean, if we ran the analysis now, we'd know who the Phantom is? Yes, I suppose so. But unfortunately, the moon rock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? Of course. Not. You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me! Ah! What this court needs is a bully-free zone. Ah, the infamous sword of the beguiling bluff. Its edge is without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is an outrage! Oh, I mean, this is an outrage! Ah! Oh, go on, right, Dono.
Let's start with something that's been bothering me for a while. Now the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab. But in this video of him, it's nowhere to be seen.
Oh, you're right.
But here's something to consider. What if the Phantom hid the moon rock somewhere at the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss. Security was super tight at the Space Center back then. The coat. Something like that? I don't know. There's a switcheroo moment where something was brought in to maybe take something out. I don't know. Maybe we'll find that out.
All that, in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. You can even smuggle a withered old leaf through those checkpoints.